Hi guys, welcome back to Mama SOJ vlog. How you guys doing? If you are new here, you are welcome, and if you are a returning subscriber, God bless you. As you always come back to watch my video, my people don't be spotting you. On I know some different news now they land for my table, and as the news they come, that's why they carry a call to share with her. My people, for today's video, I'm going to watch and together with her. All right, my people, we could go watch the video to see what really the apple for inside the video. My people,
I said if the South is voted for P2B, and we cannot use that vote for national victory, that Tinubu would be president. I said it on this platform. That was the summary of everything I said.
All right. The PDP, the crux of the day, the issue of the ethnic tension. You know, the outcome of this 2023 election. We saw the meeting with Iwanyanwu a few days ago, and, you know, the outburst of whether he called Yorubas rascals or not. But before that, prior to that, there have been a lot of tension. There's been a lot of, you know, aggression in terms of people's expression on what happened during the election, especially in Lagos State. How do you look at that outcome?
Well, you know, I had a group of friends, very brilliant minds from both Nnamdi Azikiwe University and University of Nigeria, my own university. We had a period of almost 6-7 hours in my house, you know, brainstorming whether indeed wasn't General Gowon right in 1966 when he said there was no basis for Nigerian unity. 67 years after he said that, where are we? It's difficult to believe that we now have racial, you know, ethnic racial profiling of a group of people in this country that have made more contribution. I've said it on this platform. I have no apologies to offer to anybody in this country. Igbos have made more contribution than any tribe for the sustenance of this country. And I gave examples. If Zik did not do what he did in 57, 58, when the British was ready to give us independence, they not said they weren't ready. Awolowo almost forced Zik. Let them go. Let us go on our own. And Zik said no. That particular insistence meant that we had our independence in 1960. The West would have gone, the East would have gone. But Zik said no. One Nigeria will be better for everybody. And there have been so many sacrifices people have made along the way to make this country one. And you see, even more painful is that all over, we have destroyed the dreams of our leaders, from Chukwuma Kaduna Nzogu to Brigadier General Mai Malari, to Ahmadu Bello, to Tafa Balewa, to Gunewe, to Ifa Ajuna, to Colonel Onwategu. These are brilliant people we have killed, and we have refused to dream. That is why we are where we are. We destroyed the dreams of Nigerian leaders and have refused to dream ourselves for the future of this country. And therefore, how do you look at it when we have refused to dream? How do you intend to develop? How do you intend to move forward? How do we? It is difficult to imagine what is happening in this country today. And like if you go to 1 Corinthians 8:11, it tells you, if you don't speak, be mindful of what you say, so that what you say will not offend the weak. And when you don't speak, it means there's a complete complicity. Because the evildoers go on doing what they are doing. Because in this country, we have a tendency for having an instinct for reflective survival. Everybody wants some kind of survival. And it is that rhetoric that has brought us where we are. And to make matters worse, in the eight years now trying to finish, I think this is the worst government in terms of individual leadership this country has ever had. So I don't know how this is going to be sorted out. But I would say from the platform of my party, I did not expect them to have done what they did recently, suspending. I know that was it. We needed a period of reflection. This is the time, if I were national chairman, I would have flown to Port Harcourt, sit down with Mwike. I'm telling you, call all the governors. I mean, I had said on this platform, they had invited me to their meetings, and I saw what they were talking about. I didn't support Atiku. I said it on this platform. I supported Mwike because of my friend Enugu, governor of Enugu State, because they said the South will produce a president. All Southern governors did agree, both APC and PDP. But when things happened the way they did, and I said, well, now the party has a candidate, and we all turned to support Atiku. And the Rivers governor invited me to Port Harcourt, and we spent almost 2 hours analyzing all sorts. Brilliant guy. People take him for granted. I'm not one of those who take anybody for granted. Like he said yesterday, the battle hasn't ended, and it's unfortunate that the party is making it easier for him or for the battle to continue, because I will stop this battle very easy. It's easy to stop it if people will remove arrogance. Arrogance of power. Arrogance of power. That is the most dangerous thing you have in society. We are this, we are this, we are going to... What we are going to do? Look at where the party is now. We have about 11 states. From what? From 20-something states, how many years ago? People should be reflecting on this. How does it help us for tomorrow?
Well, Chief, people would have said that if it was easy to stop, perhaps it should have stopped before now, before degenerating to this.
Yeah, because like I said, the attitude to stop it was not applied. All through this period, we say, who will win? When you start suspending people, you're telling them that you have power, you have authority. And the matter is now being complicated. You have to go to appeal court to remove what was done at the High Court in Benue. And from there, you go to Supreme Court. That's all in PDP. We don't need that. We need some level of strategic planning.
Especially when you have an election matter to pursue. An election
coming on the 15th of April. We need some level of strategic thinking. No strategic powering. Who is stronger than this? Who is more distant than this? I don't like that stuff, because where we are is not comfortable. It's absolutely not comfortable.
All right, so let's go back to the ethnic profiling, which this election seemed to have thrown up. And you know, even though we saw the attackers in Lagos, for instance, and in some other parts of the country as people who are on the streets, who are called political thugs, but then they said it is the hand of Esau that is being seen, or is it the hand of Esau and the body of Jacob, or whichever one it goes? Because people are thinking that it is the political class, really, politicians, who are fanning the embers of this ethnicity. You know, telling people, okay, if you go there, look at this person, you look at the face and the shape of the person, and then you're able to say where the person is from, and then you stop the person from voting. So what do we do about the political class, which seem to be fanning the embers of ethnicity in the country at the moment?
I will answer that by simply making a phraseology. Nigerian politicians are involved in what I call toxic stash and burn politics. And it's very dangerous to stash and then at the same time burn. That's why I made a reference of having a reflective instinct towards self-preservation. And when you want to self-preserve, you can kill. You don't have any other resort than to self-preserve. And that's what is going on in this country. On this platform some 2-3 years ago, I mentioned something, that we are gradually moving into Afghanistan. I think we are worse than Afghanistan today. All your stations, all television stations, newspapers, there's no day you don't run 300-400 people killed. It's not a beauty to hear that Nigerians are dying on a daily basis, pregnant women, children, all manner of persons dying, and nobody appears to be concerned. But I want to say something following the question you asked. It did start today. About 4 or 5 years ago, a group of Northerners had the temerity of purpose under this government to ask Igbos to leave the North, gave us a date to leave the North. This government, as I speak up to today, did not make any statement about it. In 2015, Igbos in Lagos voted for a Yoruba man, but not the likening of the Oba of Lagos. And the Oba of Lagos had the temerity of purpose to say the Igbos will drown in the lagoon of Lagos. An Oba in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. As I speak, neither the Lagos state government nor the federal government of Nigeria had made any comment about it. And when I see the DSS talking about hate, warning people a few days ago about hate speech and hate that, and you wonder where they have been all these years. You see, it is reflective, because I come from a political family. And I say it without apologies. Igbos have made more contribution than any tribe in this country. And I say it with 1 or 2 references. In 1937, I have said this on this platform, Ahmadu Bello ran for the Sultan of Sokoto, and he failed. His brothers organized and sent him to Guzo High Court, Magistrate Court, to be jailed for tax evasion. In 1937, my father was just about 3 or 4 years in the North then trading. It was the best friend of Ahmadu Bello, was an Easterner, somebody from Anambra State, Shifo Konkwo, now late, who organized Igbos, including my father. 8 of them contributed £2 in 1937. My father, Konkwo Kano, went to Lagos to hire H.O. Davis. And then some other went to Onitsha to get one Onitsha lawyer who had just come back, Barrister Ebuna. and they came to Guzo to free Ahmadu Bello. But you see how the Sultanas, I mean the Northerners, or the Fulanese work. Soon after that, they made him the Sultan of Sokoto and pushed him into politics. The latest history. No Northerner did that. That was the beginning of the NCNC-NPC alliance that later, after the Civil War, you heard of the NPP-MPN alliance. Ahmadu Bello never forgot that. Never forgot that. So why I'm saying this is that Igbos built a secondary school early 50s in Kano. More than 60% of people going to school there were Northerners. This is love of country. Somebody who comes to your place to develop that place, live with you, marry your daughter, name your children on your language. You won't say that person hates you. But come to the whole of Eastern region today. As I speak today, you do not have any responsible, and I underline the word responsible, Yoruba man living in the East. Not one. If you see one, it will be somebody. He's a teller. You will know when he comes and when he goes. You will not see a responsible Northerner living in the whole of Eastern region. You will see a few that are selling bureau de change. You will know when they come. You will know when they go. But when an Igbo man identifies with a community, he will buy land, he will build, he will develop, he will marry. What other commitment do they want us to give them in this country to show one Nigeria? What other commitment? And then when we want to exercise our franchise, it becomes a crime for you to vote, not even for a non-Yoruba, but for a Yoruba that is not of their own approval. So what I'm saying is that maybe after all, Gowon was right that there was no basis for Nigerian unity. That is where they are pushing up.
Okay.
They don't understand where they are going to. Now, this government said that after all the appeals for them to release Nnamdi Kanu, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria told the Ezife delegation that it's now a matter of, it's a judicial process. The Nigerian judiciary had made a pronouncement, appeal court for that matter. And this government is still holding Nnamdi Kanu. And I want to ask all progressive Nigerians, that we are the tipping point. Let them not push our people to the wall. Let Nigeria, whomsoever constitutes himself into Nigeria, not put the Igbos to the wall. We will not take it anymore. We will not take it anymore.
All right. Let me come in here, Chief, so that I know that your emotions are heightened now. But let's come back to the reason why we are here having this conversation, and it is to find solutions and to make recommendations on what's the way forward. I raise this because people like Bayo Nanuga, MC Luomo, all those comments that they have made, people are expecting the president-elect, to have come out to say, we are on the path of healing, which he has alluded to, and these statements cannot hold.
My people, now the video now on a new watch finish, so on a see what you apple for inside the video. All right, my people, I go like to end the video for you. Make una let me know waiting on a thing for the comment section, and if una never subscribe, make una subscribe to my YouTube channel so that una no go miss any latest gist way I upload. And those of una will be see una never follow my Facebook page, make una follow so that una no go see miss any latest gist way I upload. And bye bye till I come on our next time. Bye guys, see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.